What's up guys, my name is Evangelos Chalikis and we are back with another video. The topic of today's video is a live that Luke Belmar did. He's a guy that did e-commerce, he's a guy that did crypto, he's a guy that many people look up to, and in the live that he did on Instagram, I saw it live, I took my notes as well. Everyone took notes. It's funny because he posted before he started the live that prepare your pen and paper and everyone did. And everyone took notes and he's still posting the notes that everyone else took on his story. So it was a kind of viral live. So I'm someone who has made 10K a month and the topic of his live was the framework of thinking you need in order to make 10K a month. I thought it would be a great idea to share my notes with you that I took from this live. This will be a two-part series because it was a 1 hour live. So we will do the first 30 minutes here and the next 30 minutes maybe tomorrow. And I will also share my thoughts as a guy who makes more than 10K a month. We talked about a framework of thinking you need to make 10K a month in order to build a book of business as well. We will talk about what exactly is a book of business. And in order to find high-level opportunities that will produce a bigger income in order to increase your income. So basically what I did, I think Luke Belmar would be proud for me because I became a student of his work. He started it live talking about the scientific method. Everyone accepts it, so no one can talk bad about it. And he talked about putting the scientific method to the test. And what does he mean? He said that a lot of people right now are living bad lives. They can't make money, they are watching videos left and right about dropshipping, this thing, the other, building agencies, whatever, but they don't focus on themselves enough. They don't observe their current situation. So by not observing, they are accepting it and they don't see the wrongs that they are doing. He talked about first creating a hypothesis and thinking why you are in that situation. Why you are where you are. You have to think because where you are right now is exactly a cause and effect, has an exact relation of cause and effect relative to how you think and how you act. You live the way that you live right now because you are acting the wrong way. You are a slave because you don't know the truth. Maybe if you knew the truth, you wouldn't be a slave, you would be free. He said that it's because you either don't know what you're doing, so you lack the knowledge, you believe lies and you act on the lies, that's why you're a slave, or you believe and act on wrong information. Many people are suffering from that. He said that if you knew the truth, you would be free. This one hit home because most people live that way. They don't know the knowledge that will get them to the next level, so they act on lies, they act on bad knowledge, that's why they wind up with no money. He said that you lack the knowledge and you act on lies, that's why you're a slave. From there, he proceeded on talking about the fact that knowledge gives you the framework of action you need. The reason you don't know how to act and what to do and other people are telling you what to do is because you haven't sat to observe your current situation, to hypothesize and see what works and what doesn't. And then he talked a lot about science, the origins of science, and how science and knowledge is correlated because from science you are trying to find the truth. And knowledge is the truth, in a way. And science is the art of knowing, so then you know how to act. Stay with me. But you also, in order to act on that knowledge, you need a goal. You need something to strive towards. And let's go to the last page for this first part of this video. He said that if you want to improve your life, you need to measure everything that you're doing. Then he pinpointed 3 measurements that we can all measure. You have to measure the inputs and outputs that you have. A lot of you have weak outputs and bad results because you lack intensity. You have to measure your actions by intensity. Because if your effort is poor, then your results will be poor. Makes sense right now? So you have low intensity effort and then you get bad results. It makes 100% sense. He said that beneficial results require intensity and friction. You have to try, you have to work, you have to do the work. Then his second point here was maybe you don't get the results at the end of the day because you live on easy mode. Many of you do. You watch Netflix, you eat the wrong foods, you do the wrong stuff all day long. The second measurement that he talked about was volume. And this one is very important as well because some people are trying to do the right thing, but they don't do it over time. They don't do it for 100 hours. They don't do it for 1,000 hours. They don't do it for 10,000 hours in order to achieve mastery. And you need that volume, you need that repetition. You have no volume to measure if what you do works. So you give up. An example that he gave was sales calls. For example, you're trying something new, but you don't have the volume of trying that again and again to see if it actually works. So you give up. Or you don't read enough books. So you don't have volume to learn new stuff and acquire new knowledge. You can't draw conclusions. Basically, the point of that was that you can't draw conclusions with no repetition, and it's 100% true. The third measurement that he talked about was frequency. And this is the last one for this video. Because if you lack frequency, if you lack consistency, and you don't do that over a big period of time, then you decrease your odds of success, and then you fail. So you need consistency to increase your odds of success. You need to measure your intensity, increase your intensity to get better outputs, and increase your volume as well, so you can draw conclusions about what works and what doesn't. So if something doesn't work, then you can move on to the next thing. This was the first 30 minutes, basically, in 3 pages of notes that I took from his live. It was a great live. Tell me below if you want me to do the second part as well.